Hi everyone, it's Maggie, and I'm here hoping to finish up this Doily series videos. Hopefully this is my last one and I'll be able to finish it. This was the last page I worked on, I believe, or the page next to it. But I left this page and then this was actually the last one, but this goes like this next to each other. This is going to be, I decided to be a flower page, and then this is the back of the doily book. So let me put that aside and do the flower page first. Okay, so I picked a couple of, I picked out what I thought I was going to use and cut what I needed, just, to get that, otherwise I'll be here all day. So I'm going to take the beige, make sure I have it on the right, and let's do the bottom first like I usually do. So that's going to go right there. And I think I had something else to show that maybe I'd done something different. I'll have to look after I get this down. Oh, okay, I know. So let me get this down. So on my last video, I was debating whether to use, whoops, I have one more, whether to use these flowers going around the image, and I decided not to. But I was looking for what to, put around just what's showing, and I decided to put 3 of them on there, and because there's only 3, it looked completely different to me than when I had tried to put, all of them on there, and they would have gotten hidden anyway. But I felt like it needed this dark color because of the color in the images. Whoops, I'm not even, sorry about that. So anyway, and then I added those little beads there, and there. I don't know if I did that on camera or not. I can't remember now. But anyway, yeah, so I did decide on those flowers because, like I said, I just felt like it needed a little bit of that dark color. So that's how I finished off that page. I think that's the only thing different that I did. Okay, and then this one, I meant to cut this off and I forgot. We don't need any of this because it's not going to show, and it will just add more bulk when you're layering your dangle trims. All right, now which side? Okay, this is the right side, so we want to put that right there. I'm going to bring it down a little more. So it's Sunday. I'm not sure if this video will go up tonight or tomorrow. I'm going to try to download it and then put it up tonight, but we'll just have to see. It's already 4:45 here, and haven't started dinner or anything yet, so we'll see how far I can get. And I'm not sure how long this video is going to take. Hopefully not too long. I tried to do as much prep work as I could, just, things you've already seen me do, so there's no point in repeating. Okay, so then that goes back down, And then as far as it being a flower page, I'm keeping it fairly simple. I'm going to put a doily in the middle here. I don't need much hot glue. Okay, and then, I hope I did that straight. I did. Okay. This trim here by the yard, this is one of my new favorites. I cut 2 pieces, and then what I did was in the middle of the flowers, here's the other piece, and they're 2 different lengths. So in the middle of the flowers, I took one of my pearl pens in magenta, and I just put a tiny drop on each one, just to give it a little color. And I like how that came out. These pens, I have like several of them in different colors. I've had these for at least 13 or 14 years, and they still work. And I barely used them at all. These will last forever as long as they don't dry up. But I love using them for in the middle of flowers if I don't want to use a a pearl, or I need to use something tiny. Now let's see. I can't remember. I think I was going to put the smaller one on this side. Like that maybe. And then start this here. And put this one. Although I think what I'm going to have to do is cut and place. So let's cut that. Okay. We're going to start there. And then we're going to put this way. Okay. And this one, I think, see if it works. I'm not sure if it will or not. But I'm thinking of putting this one here. Oh, I'm going to have to cut that too, because that's, I don't think, yeah, that won't look right. This is one of the reasons why I really like cutting and replacing, and placing them differently, in order to fit. Okay, put that there. Put this here, and we'll put that there. And then I think I'll leave this. And then this is one of Crafting Me Shop flowers, and I took a second one and I just took the middle out because I can use that on something else as another flower center. And then I'm just going to kind of move them around a little bit just to make it a little more three-dimensional and interesting. Just a little bit in the middle there. The glue strings. They just catch on everything. Okay, and then this will go in the middle. So I guess I should have put that first so I could see where I'm putting things. I don't want to hide these flowers. So maybe I'll put them like in between. Like that. Okay, that's showing. And let's put this one kind of under the doily there. All right, I want this up a little more so you see those two flowers. And then this can go right there, like that. Okay, so let's put these down first. I think I hit that with the hot glue gun, so I'll have to fix that. If I can, hopefully I can. I keep wanting to put that hot glue gun down there. And I don't want to do that because it will melt the pearl. And I can't fix that until I'm done because then it has to sit and dry. They don't take, if you just do tiny pieces like that, they're going to dry pretty quick. Not like right away, but nowhere near as long as like stickles take. I feel like stickles take forever. I remember when I was scrapbooking, I used stickles on some of my pages, and I would forget that I had stickled them, and my fingers would go in there, and yeah. Okay, so then let's try this again. Okay, I think that's how I wanted that. Oh. All right, how is it? Is it this way? So I don't particularly hide. Okay, like that. All right, and then you still can see the pearl. Okay, so that's all I'm doing to this page as far as I know, except I want to add a little bit of glue to hold this doily part down. And then I need a little bit on the edge here to hold this down. Okay. And, all right, so this is the pearl pen. See, it has a tiny little tip. So I don't think there's anything I can do with that, but I can redo there. Okay, so there's the flower page. Whoop. I have my camera down enough so that you can see what I'm doing, but I keep going out of frame. Okay, so let's sit this up here to dry. And then so there's the next page, and then here's the back. Okay, so for the back, I'm taking this piece here, and I'm going to put it under here. I was hoping to get this video done the night before last, and we had a huge storm, so I didn't dare video in case we lost our power. And then last night I had to dog sit, so I had to wait until tonight to do this. Okay, and then I'm just going to add a little there and a little bit there. And that takes care of that. Okay, now I usually, I on the back, I leave it flat, only because my thought process is that storing the doily book, you usually store it, you know, like this, with the other pages on top like that. So you want it to be, you don't want it to be two-dimensional. But I did take out this piece with appliques, and I don't think I cut the piece off yet. No, I think it was this one. So I'm going to just cut this one here and see if this is the one I want to use. And then what I would do is just put it in the middle like that, and then that's all I would do to the back. I wouldn't do anything else. But I think I want to cut that off, and I will save that because I can use that. I might even use it here on the back. And then I've got to cut around as close as I can to get a lot of this netting off. So I don't think that's bad, only if I can finish it, take four videos to do the whole doily book, start to finish. And they are one of my favorite things to do, the doily books, when I'm only using fabric. I bought quite a few new digital kits with just images of Victorian ladies and doors and windows. I'm trying to decide what I want to do exactly with those. Alright, so there's all that excess. Let's see. Let's see how we can work this. I don't want to just use that because it's not really big enough for the page, I don't think. But this isn't really going the right way. So I'm going to cut this up more, but first there are some, where else am I going here? There are some threads to keep the beads on that I need to glue so I don't end up losing them. My goodness. Do the glue strings drive anybody else crazy? Okay, so now, alright, so that's glued, that's glued, that's glued. Okay, so now I can, wait a minute, did I glue right there? Yes, I did. Okay, so now I can cut right across there. All right, so this, let's do it this way. So this is fine for the middle, but I want to do more. This one though, See, it was upside down. I don't want that. So maybe I'll move this over and just kind of make a cluster. Maybe I will use this piece after all. Can't believe tomorrow's Monday again already. This summer seems to, for me anyways, is going by like super fast. Oh, I lost a tiny little seed bead. Not sure where I lost that, but let's see where I want to put. Oh, maybe it's off of this. There's another one. Oh, I guess I should shake it. Oh, now I see where I did lose it there. All right, so let's just take those out. So that's the first time I've done that in a while. I must have forgot to glue. Although I don't think that should have really happened, but you can't really. Just put the tiniest bit of glue there, just so I don't lose any more. You can't really tell. So let's see. But I want to put it like underneath like that. Okay. And this I could put like that. Or I could put it down here. What else do I have on here? I think the others might be a little too big. That's really big, that one there. Or is that the same? Maybe that's the same size. Just looks big. And I don't want to cover the whole thing, so, but I'm trying to balance out a little bit here. Maybe put that up a little higher. Bring this down a little. There. I think that looks okay. All right, let me get this out of the way. And let's put these down before I change my mind again. Because I do like where they are right now. And see, this one now won't even see where I lost those beads, which is good. Okay, bring this over a little more. Okay, and now this, I need to put this down. Okay, and then a little bit here, and I like to put some on the, just a little bit on some of the thread that keeps those beads on there. Just a little dot is enough. does this come up? Yeah, one little dot there, and then I'll be done. Okay. All right, so there's the back page. All right, so let's yep, this goes on top, and then okay, this goes next to that. There's, okay. All right, so when I put these together, you can see now all the dangles that just, that's like my favorite thing. So anyway, all right, now I need to put it together, and then I'll show you each page. So let me make sure they're straight. I go by the images. Okay. All right. So what I do, and I don't want them like, I have to move them around a little bit just so that it evens out, because there's not much on top. So I'm decided I'm going to try the ring binder, and that's what it's called. All right, so, and this is tiny. This is, I forget, I think it's an inch. So all I have to do is take one page. This is how I do it because it's easier because of my fingers. One page at a time. You just find, you know, holes. Okay. So there's the first page. All right, and you want to go like towards the middle of the doily. And then here's another one. Okay. So I'm going through a couple of different doilies to make sure it's secure. And then here's the third page. All right, there's a good hole. And then here's the last page. This isn't the easiest thing to be doing on camera, but I wanted to show you from start to finish. Okay, come on. Let's get you. All right, and then, all right, there's the other one. Okay, now let's close it up and see how I did. Okay. All right, so let's see. All right, so here's, and you can just maneuver the ring. It's just basically needs to just sit there, and then you can line up the pages. So here's the cover. And then the first page is the pocket page, right here. I'll have to put something in there. And then here's the first image page. I just love her. Pretty in pink. Okay. And then here's the middle two pages, except I have them wrong. Hold on. Maybe I don't. No, I don't. I do have them right. Okay. I was thinking this should go on here, but it's not. Excuse me. But this is right. Oh my gosh. Okay, and then here's, so those are the middle pages. And then here's the flower page. And then here's the last page with the images. And then here's the back page. Okay, so the only other thing I'm going to do now is I took out some, I have some of this wide, I don't know if it's chiffon or not. I got these on Etsy, and please don't ask me where because I didn't write down the name of the shop. But I love how these are. This is, you can see that it's pink, but when you hold it up, it looks white when it's just one. What do you call it? So I'm just going to cut some strips, and then I'm going to kind of fold it in half, and then I'm going to just tie it once. Okay, and I also have white. I'm going to kind of do couple of white and a couple of pink. It's just to try to hide the ring a little bit, so you don't, you don't see the ring. Okay, let's get the pink back again. And it doesn't matter how, long they are or not. They don't have to be long. I think I want to keep a pink one at the top. Okay, and I want to put a pink one at the bottom. So let's go to the bottom. Oh my gosh, somebody wants me. Well, at least somebody does. Okay, all right, but I'm going to add one more white in the middle because, let me see, because I want to add this rhinestone flower piece, and I'm going to have to, it doesn't have a thing on the back, so I'm going to have to kind of, let's just put it through the top one, see how that works. I think that'll work fine. Okay, and then we're going to put that in between right there. Oh my gosh, I'm glad I'm almost done. I'm starving. It's dinner time. Let's see, how are we on time? Oh, that's not bad. Half an hour. A little over half an hour. I thought I would be on for like an hour. Okay, so there. I think that looks okay. So that kind of hides the ring, and you still get to see the rhinestone piece. So, okay, so that's it. That's basically all it is. I like to kind of just move the pages around. Ideally, let's see, let me see what I can, just to kind of show you. If there was like a little shelf or something. Okay, wait, just let me get this stuff out. I was using this as a tray, so you just got to kind of ignore that. So, and I don't know if it's there. Yeah, that's good enough. Okay, so then it can sit like that, and you get to see all the dangles and that beautiful image. That was my favorite image from that kit, and I needed to have that as on my front cover. All right, so that's it. I hope you like the series. I hope it inspires you, if you've never made a doily book, to try one. And if you have that, maybe you know, you've seen a couple of things that, that you can do yourself that you haven't seen before, whatever. Um, I just hope you get some inspiration from it, you know, whether you make one or you don't. But you can apply what I've done here to a doily book, to a journal, even like a paper journal, just adding some laces and that to it. All right, so before I start rambling, as I usually do at the very end, because I never know how to say goodbye. But anyways, thank you for watching, and especially thank all of you that will have watched all 4 videos. And please feel free to leave me a comment. If you have a question, I will answer it. And I have to think now, okay, what am I going to do next? So I'm just going to say bye for now.